Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to another episode of Getting to Know. Today I'm really excited to have my dear friend Imran J. He is a writer, director, filmmaker that I really respect, and he just finished his first feature film called Mustache.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Imran J. I wrote and directed a feature film called Mustache.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
And what do you do, Imran?
I'm a filmmaker.
And where did you go to school?
Did my undergrad at UC Davis, and then I did film school at NYU Tisch Asia.
Which one did you like more?
Film school.
Naturally.
Yeah.
Tell us about your family, like how many brothers, sisters?
I have 3 siblings, an older brother, older sister, and a younger brother.
Do you like being a middle child?
I think it's shaped so much about who I am that I don't know what I would be if I was the eldest or if I was the youngest. I think I'd be very different.
Dream job now?
Director.
Dream child when you were a child?
Actor?
Do you have a favorite actor?
Edward Norton.
Favorite director?
Spielberg.
Why?
Most influential when I was a kid.
Favorite movie?
Back to the Future. Most watched when I was a kid.
How do you want to be remembered as a filmmaker?
Employed. I don't know.
That's funny. That's really good. I like that. That's good. What are you most afraid of as a filmmaker?
Being misunderstood, having my work being misunderstood.
What's your biggest regret?
When I take a safe choice, creative choice instead of a bold choice. I've done that before and out of fear. And I always think, I should have just went for it. I should have went for that weirder, bolder idea.
What is top 3 things in your bucket list?
I'd love to direct an episode of television. I'd love to do a music video at some point, and I'd like to make another feature film.
What's the hardest thing about your job?
Preventing burnout.
What makes you happy?
Again, I like watching movies, watching a favorite film, or watching a new film that's exciting and creative and inventive. That makes me happy.
Do you watch films that are not good?
And the answer is yes.
Do you finish them usually?
Yeah, I try to finish every movie I start. Because I feel like I can't have a real opinion on something if I haven't watched the whole thing.
What's the hardest thing about making your first feature?
Surviving.
If you were to have dinner with somebody alive today, who would it be?
Maybe Spielberg.
What would you ask him?
Hopefully I would get a chance to talk about myself enough that then he could know who I am and then give me some advice that was about what I'm trying to do. Because you can read about somebody, I've read a lot of his interviews and everything, but it's different when somebody is answering questions based on who you are as a person.
If you were to have dinner with somebody who's not alive, who would it be?
I take it all the way back. I'd go Prophet Adam alayhi salam. We don't know a lot, We probably know the least about what was life like? What was it?
What advice would you give, up and coming filmmakers?
I would say be bold, get super comfortable with failure. That's how you can, as long as you're doing those 2 things, I think you'll find your voice.
How would you describe yourself in one word?
Odd, maybe.
What job would you be terrible at?
I was pretty bad at being an engineer. I wasn't very good at it, which is why I made the career change.
One thing you can't live without?
I guess my laptop. I kind of need that to do almost anything.
What's your favorite social media?
I suppose Instagram.
If you could turn any activity into an Olympic sport, what activity would have a chance in winning a gold medal in?
Some kind of activity where you have to just stay up really late at night to the detriment of your life, both professional and personal. I would do well.
What are some of your pet peeves?
Just being misunderstood or having something I say kind of twisted and changed.
Something the community doesn't know about you.
Just who I am and what I do for a living.
If you were an ice cream flavor, which one would you be?
I would be vanilla because it is a very complex flavor and it's underrated.
Gun to your head, you have to be an animal. Which animal would you be?
A cat.
If you had an option to pick a superpower, what would it be?
Being able to produce food on command and feed the world.
If you were to write a book, what would it be about?
A book about being comfortable with failure.
What advice would you give yourself at the age of 15?
Don't be self-critical and be comfortable with failure.
What do you do to relax?
Play with my kids.
If you had one day to live, what would you do?
One day to live. I would spend time with family. I would read Quran. I would, pray, call family members, if I really knew that was the end.
What's your favorite name of Allah?
Al-Wadud.
Do you have a favorite dua?
I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for whatever's good for me and to give me contentment. I ask for that all the time. And also to be content with whatever I have, because I think you can have a lot and you can have a little. You don't have contentment, you're still unhappy.
Do you have a favorite surah?
I really like listening to and reciting Surah Al-A'la. It has a majesty. I like the feel of it. And I like hearing it and I like reciting it.
What's your favorite thing about Islam?
I'm just gonna go with Tawheed. It's so simple. We're all like within one unity. This is a concept in a lot of like Eastern philosophy. It's in a lot of different religions are all like pointing to this one idea actually. And I think it's really fascinating. Rapid fire. Your dad's on his deathbed. What do you say to him? What is this? What is this? Why